And we're live.
Hey, we did it.
Hey. Hi.
We are November.
We are November.
We are November.
2 months. The 5th of November. Whoa. Went the
Whoa.
entire day with nobody saying the thing. I
Yeah, I think they're all a little distracted, I feel, today.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that for sure. That's crazy. Holy smokes. Yeah, no, I'm distracted too. I got a separate window open right now so I can follow along. Because shit's wild out there.
I have a separate window open with a timer that shows what time it is because we use that to sync.
I closed that. I'm done with that. I don't need that anymore.
Yeah, but now I get to see the seconds go up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's your guys' week been?
All right.
Uneventful.
Pretty quiet, just back to streaming and usual. Trying to get in a lot more gaming than usual.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Nice. Why is that?
Starting to think of end of the year stuff, so I'm visiting lists right now of what I need to play.
It definitely feel like it's like November in game time because I'm juggling like 2 or 3 open world games.
Yes, yeah, with one coming.
with like another one staring down the barrel of it.
Yep.
There's a lot going on for sure. John, why have you increased your game intake?
I've just found that I've been feeling a lot more stressed in general lately, so I feel like I need a bit more of an outlet or a bit more stepping away from the computer, and I feel catching up on the 7,700 plus games I haven't beaten is a good place to start.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
So that's why last week I played like a disgusting amount of games compared to usual, and did a little bit as well this past week. Oh, thank you. Oh,
yeah. I'm trying to think if I watched a movie last week. Oh yeah, I watched. I bought and I watched a few movies. What were the other ones? I bought and watched the second My Hero movie, which I think is the best movie that came out this year. Low bar, I understand, but that movie's fantastic. What else did I watch? I don't know, anyone watching Mandalorian season 2?
Hell yeah! Woo!
I'm waiting for a couple more episodes to come out, so we'll binge watch a little bit.
Sure. That first episode though, that was fun.
Yeah, it started off a little slow for the first 10 minutes, and then it's like, oh, we're back in here. Like, shit's going off. There's a thing going on.
There's a big worm.
Yeah.
It just gets bigger. I did like the one Baby Yoda part where there's like a fight about to start, and he's just like, nope, I'm out of here. Let me just close this egg. I'm not dealing with this. I know what that means.
I do love Baby Yoda.
Pretty enjoyable.
Yep.
Yeah. I had remembered more. Anyway, Mandalorian's still good.
Yeah,
it's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to that tomorrow.
Yep.
We are less than a week from new consoles being out. Next time we do this show, I'm gonna bring some show and tell. I'll be like, look at this box, look at this box.
Okay.
And look at these other 2 Xboxes that I have that I have to send away for work. John, are you excited yet?
I still can't. I'm just gonna once I get an Xbox and have them both here, maybe. I feel like I'm at the point where I need it in my hands. I need it in my hands at this point.
I'm like so excited, like less than a week away. That's so, and the thing is, like, they're like, oh, what are you gonna play on your Xbox? And I'm like, probably Apex.
Yeah, like that's the other thing. Like, there's nothing I'm really chomping at the bit for, except for like Yakuza, and I don't have an Xbox to play that on unless I get one of the current gens.
It's just like there's just something so exciting about getting the new box. It's gonna be right there. I'm like giddy. It's like Christmas Eve almost. Like what, 5 days? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 5 days from the Xboxes, and then what are you going to play on your PlayStation 5 first, John?
Probably Spider-Man. Actually, you know what? I might try out that Astro game first, since everyone says it's a good tutorial for the controller. But otherwise, it'd be Spider.
First Astro, that was on my Game of the Year list. I love that first Astro game. That is a fantastic game. But I'm also very excited for Miles Morales. Looks so good. I was just watching a bunch of gameplay footage because people on the site are like capturing stuff and we're putting videos together and whatnot. Oh, it looks so good. I'm excited. Can't wait. Paul, are you excited for any game stuff? I don't want to keep you out of the loop, out of the next gen loop.
I mean, I'll play every single game you're talking about except Demon's Souls on PC or PS4. So yes, I will also be playing Miles Morales.
Right, you and Astro. You want to play Astro, right?
I couldn't care less.
I don't think he's super excited.
I would not
for
have bought it. The fact that it's a pack-in, I would play it for sure.
You played the first one?
No, I don't care about it.
See, that's why you don't care about that second
You're
one.
right.
You don't know what you're missing.
You're right. Exactly.
The first one is such a good game. All right. Miles Morales. We'll talk about it next week, hopefully.
Probably, yeah.
So until then, we got to talk about old games, old consoles, boo,
old boring games,
boring consoles, Xbox One, PS4. What is that? This is the top-down perspective for November 5th. Sean Booker
and Paul Fleck,
John Wheeler.
Let's see. Who do I want to hear from? I kind of
want to hear from you, Sean. Because
oh, really?
You played Little Hope, and I want to know about this because I bought it on a whim along with Man of Medan, and I have to play both of them at some point.
Okay, yeah. So, noted horror game aficionado, me, I played Little Hope, the Dark Pictures anthology.
I'm guessing co-op with somebody.
Yeah, of course. Why would I not play it co-op? A game has co-op. There's no way I'm not going to do co-op.
You don't get the whole story though. Co-op, you have to play it twice. Single player, you play both parts once in the thing.
Yeah, I guess you get pretty much like you don't see every scene, but like you know exactly what's going on. You're not going to be like, I'm confused. I need to like check something else out.
Mm-hmm.
So if people don't know, in the Dark Pictures anthology, which is the Man of Medan from last year.
Yep.
2 years ago?
I think it was last year.
I think it was last year as well. And then now Little Hope. There's a co-op mode. So it's an adventure game. Most of you're making pretty binary decisions, kind of like a Walking Dead or a Life is Strange. And there's some quick time events. You can play it single player, where you'll kind of get to see all like the main story beats. You can play movie night, which is like hot, past the controller, but both people are in the same room.
Okay.
I don't know what that seems like a weird way to do it, but
yeah.
I guess you could do that. Or you could play online. I forget the name they give it. And this is the way the game does not really care about, based on like you get achievements in Little Hope for finishing it solo and for finishing it movie night.
Oh, weird.
They just ignored this third way. It's like they have these 3 options on the menu and you get achievements for the first 2. You also can't like go back and jump around with the scenes if you've played it online co-op. As far as the game's concerned, if you played it online, you like fuck you. I guess. You don't get anything. We're not even going to consider that you have played through it. You better play through it yourself. Asshole. I don't get it. It's such a weird distinction because in my opinion that's the best way to play it. So we did the online way, which means in every scene each one of us is controlling one of different characters, and there's usually 2 or more in every scene. Sometimes you'll be split up. Sometimes like the group of 5 will be split into 2 different groups, and so you won't even be near each other. And in that scenario, yeah, you can miss out on some stuff that's going on. But because we're just voice chatting, we're like telling each other like, what are you seeing right now? Oh, I'm fighting a ghost. Oh, crazy. I'm searching around and there's a little girl here. Yada yada yada. So I mean, like I was getting told everything anyway.
I see.
And then as characters die, you play less and less of the different characters and whatnot. But there's kind of always a way for each player to be controlling somebody. I thought Little Hope was good. I think it's scarier than Man of Medan.
Okay. What makes
the
it
one
scarier?
issue? I just thought the setting was scarier.
Okay.
You're in this like creepy old, like almost it seems like an abandoned little town. There, you're being constantly followed by some demon girl. And spooky stuff happens. Man of Medan, you're on like a ghost ship,
right?
Which is scary as well. I thought Little Hope was scarier.
Okay.
I don't like the ending of Little Hope. The twist.
Okay.
I thought was just like, okay, this is pretty hokey. Like this is what we're doing. This okay. I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of the twist. I think I like the ending of Man of Medan a little more.
Okay.
Each of them have their ups and downs.
Sure.
Might just play through it again, single, just kind of like button mashing my way through, just so I can kind of see a bit more and wrap up some points, and then get access to like the scene selection, so I can really kind of see the stuff I was missing.
Sure.
But it's fine. I if you like Till Dawn, you're definitely gonna like this. I will say the one downside to playing it online is because there is like I almost call them like primary scenes that you of course will get when you're playing single player, but they have to kind of split those between the two of you when you're playing the online one. It leads to some of the scenes or the sections you're in being longer than your partner's sections. So like for example, this happened to my partner in Man of Medan. It happened to me in Little Hope. Is they were going through like a real crucial section of the game and telling me about it. I was standing outside of a house that I could not enter and just waiting. Because I can't continue my half of the story until they finish their half and come out of that house.
I see.
But there's nothing for me to do to go in that house. That's not what the story wants. Because I got to my part. My part was like half the length of theirs. There was nothing. I was literally just like walking in circles. There was nothing for me to do. So there's a bit of a pacing issue when you are playing online. That happened once through the whole playthrough of Little Hope. So in no way am I saying it's a deal breaker. It's a huge bummer. But it is just something that like I'm surprised is even here again, since that was an issue with Man of Medan. I figured they would have tried to like tighten that up a little bit for the second one. I guess I hope they do that for the next one.
Sure.
That's all I can really say about that one. Paul, I'm surprised you haven't played Man of Medan up to this point. I'd be curious to see which one you like more.
Okay.
And I guess you're gonna like.
I didn't think Man of Medan looked very good. I thought Little Hope from the trailer looked a little more something I'd be into.
I think you'll like Little Hope more. I think so. That's my guess. All right, but before I continue, we should jump to John and talk about the biggest thing, which is this Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity demo, because I'm sure everyone's wanting to hear about this.
All right. Have you ever played Hyrule Warriors?
No.
Unfortunately,
me all about
it. Have you played Dynasty Warriors?
I love those games. They're so good. I love Hyrule Warriors.
Well, good news.
I like having fun.
Sure.
If you like Hyrule Warriors, just download and pre-order it because you're already set.
Yeah, I figured.
That is some Hyrule Warriors as Hyrule Warriors or Dynasty Warriors, whichever you want to look at it. It is a Warriors game. But it definitely has that Breath of the Wild spin. So like graphically, it looks like you're in Breath of the Wild. Like they've got the weird grass effects going there. All the enemies are straight out of the game. All the characters are out of the game.
They're
the
doing
voice
their
actors,
best to trick you into playing this game.
The voice actors and actresses are back. Obviously, a lot more dialogue and a lot more cutscenes because between missions there's that. The only thing I'm not sure about at the moment is how much replayability the game is going to have versus Hyrule Warriors' disgusting like 500 plus hours of gameplay. Because there was very clearly another mode you could do in Hyrule Warriors that was just like, here's a crazy adventure map with all these different like crazy challenges we made up. So far, at least in the demo, it's just like, all right, every time you do a mission, a bunch of side things unlock. They're either things where if you have the resources, you can put them in there and upgrade them, or you like have like a small challenge mission you can do.
Okay.
But like like most of the mechanics from Breath of the Wild are in there. Like you get like a ridiculous amount of drops. You can combine them together to make food to upgrade your characters depending on the mission you're doing. You can give groups resources to unlock new moves and more heart containers and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of what else.
Can you go around the world finding people to join a little village where they all have the same last name?
I can almost guarantee that will happen, but the demo was only chapter 1. And that is like 2 proper stages, maybe 3. The demo only lets you play as Link, Impa, and Zelda.
Was Impa in Breath of the Wild anywhere?
Yeah.
Where was Impa?
She's the leader of the Sheikah village.
Was she really?
But she's also like 100
wait.
years older, so she's a super old tiny lady.
Okay, yeah.
This is when she's young. It's what's weird is seeing all these characters that you know from Breath of the Wild, like that are super old and like barely active, to like them being teenagers and being like all memey. I don't know how else to describe it. Like was it
bad?
Like,
it was good until memey.
Remember the small girl that like re-aged herself by accident, and she's like she does all the upgrades to your thing. I don't remember what the hell it's called now.
Yeah, she's on like the cliff on like the side edge of the map.
Yeah,
right?
The lady who controls the Sheikah Slate upgrades, like Pura, I think is how you say her name. She literally goes like hi and like does like a hand pose, like she's like all right, she's Valley Girl Mimi. Yeah, and it's just like, okay, I guess you're like in your 20s. I guess this makes sense.
I guess.
Oh,
I don't know how else to describe it. She's Valley Girl.
I think it's.
She's
are
also
you looking
like
for the word annoying?
I guess that's also applicable.
Yeah, you're like dancing around the word annoying, but this all just sounds like synonyms for annoying, and that's fine. You like, and your hate mail.
Yeah, people are reminding me that she was like that in Breath of the Wild. Apparently, I just forgot because she's very much that, but taller.
Mind was protecting you.
But yeah, no, like the characters all seem pretty as they are, like they were in Breath of the Wild. At least the ones that were you could get feelings for. The game stops before you get the champions together. So like literally the next mission you do is like, all right, which champion do you want to get first? And then you just kind of get all 4 of them together. But the story essentially is, at least from the first chapter, is that there's a little mini guardian that travels back in time right as the calamity is happening. So like right as Link gets like nearly killed, as Zelda uses her magic to seal Ganon and all that, the little tiny guardian hops back in time to right before everything has happened and is trying to warn everyone of ways to stop it. So it's the plot to Mortal Kombat 9. But as a Zelda game. But like obviously the robot can't talk, so people are trying to piece together what's going on based on that.
Oh, I've seen this movie, and it talks through the radio, and they have to find the spark or whatever, and Shia LaBeouf's there.
The sad thing is you actually weren't completely wrong at first. You lost it at Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, but in this game lost me as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I can see that. You were never gonna. Let's be real. You were never gonna play this game unless you.
It sucks because like this story, I like Breath of the Wild a lot, and this story seems cool. I don't want to play.
Sean, I'm gonna. I normally don't do this, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Fucking just watch the video walkthrough. We'll just watch a video playthrough and skip the gameplay parts, and you'll get the story. Like normally, I'd be like, play the game. Like no, I think for you specifically, just fucking watch a YouTube video. You'll get it.
Stop being a little bitch and like video out. Start liking.
There will be an all cutscenes video out of this game 2 days before it drops. I know how the YouTube works.
You're not wrong. And it's probably IGN. Frankly, it'll probably be IGN that puts it out too.
There's already people data mining the demo, so apparently they found like extra characters and weapons and stuff that aren't usable yet.
Great.
You play as one of the dragons.
Cool. The dragon? Oh, those dragons. I don't know.
Yeah. Just trying to think of like weird characters in that game.
You can use the 4 great guardians or whatever they're called.
Neat. Okay.
Yeah, at some point they're like they've got either like dedicated stages or they're just like you can use them in an attack, but they've shown that.
Right.
Like I said, if you don't like Warriors games, don't just watch a YouTube video and you'll get what you want out of it. If you want a Warriors game that has like that flavor of Breath of the Wild, is great. Link surfs on a shield and shit doesn't break. There's no durability, which already makes it better.
I don't know. I'm in the camp that the durability is key to Breath of the Wild.
I guess.
It's just me.
But yeah, like trying to think of what else. So far, Impa plays really interesting because she can make shadow clones of herself. She's basically like a ninja. Zelda is such a step down from Hyrule Warriors Zelda. She literally doesn't know how to fight, but she built an amp, or someone built an amp for her Sheikah slate. So now she can just use all the Sheikah powers as her regular attack. So like her like normal combo will like fling around a small box in front of her, and then she'll like freeze a bunch of people in front of her and then blow them up. It looks very silly. She's so out of the three, she's definitely my least favorite to play as. Which is funny because in the original Hyrule Warriors, she was really good.
Right. Yeah.
But I also don't know if this game's going to do things like, all right, like here's a side mode where you can play as Sheik, who definitely didn't exist in Breath of the Wild. And
I'm sure they'll have just like DLC characters that aren't related. It's just like, hey, guess who's here? It's Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
I want to see Breath of the Wild tingle. I want Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. You're right. That's who I want.
Like both of those.
Great.
Other than that, playing that made me want to actually go back to regular Hyrule Warriors. So I'm currently playing regular Hyrule Warriors. I knew you'd be upset. Okay. I knew you'd be upset.
Did you start a new file, or are you continuing your 100% when you were working on it?
I'm playing the Switch version.
Oh, okay.
You're not playing the 3DS version?
No. Okay. The Switch version is literally the 3DS version, but with more and better graphics.
Yeah, it runs better.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's Hyrule Warriors. I don't even know what to say. It's Hyrule Warriors.
Are you enjoying it?
I wanted a game that I could shut my brain off while playing, and this hits that spot perfectly.
Sure.
The only downside is, again, like most of my progress was on the Wii U one. Oh my god, you really fucking hate Warriors games, dude.
It's just so easy. It's just so easy.
So easy to play, or just so easy to make fun of?
Both. Both. You did that, not me.
But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. It's nice thing. The only downside is having to replay through story mode again because I'd done that all on Wii U.
Yeah.
But at least this version isn't getting any more DLC, except for probably something that unlocks if you have Age of Calamity. So there's an actual ending now. But I want to know how much content is supposedly in this.
It was quite a bit from what I remember.
Well, Definitive Edition, 376 hours of content if you do everything.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
That's crazy.
That is disgusting. Meanwhile, story mode, 16 hours.
That also seems long, honestly.
Yeah, the original release, 12 and a half hours for main story, 204 for completionist. So they tacked on another 176 hours.
That's crazy. Holy crap.
Jesus. But yeah, no.
Who's the person out there that's just like, yes!
Oh, yeah?
Yeah!
I can guarantee there are plenty of people like that. There's tons of people that love Warriors games.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I can't even comprehend it.
That's because you're just wrong. The Dynasty Warriors games are good and you are bad. You suck. That's
wow. I don't think
calling
that's
it
true.
like it is.
Well, it's
pretty sure that's not true.
Yeah, the Dynasty Warriors games are actually good. And the fact that you can't see it means you're an idiot. And it's fine.
Dynasty Warriors games are the reality TV of video games.
Have you even played one? Like, besides a little bit of Hyrule Warriors 1 to see what it was?
I played all the way through Hyrule Warriors.
That sounds like a personal issue then. I don't know why the hell you would play that if you don't like those.
Like Zelda. Anyway.
Sure.
John, you have one more game here. What else is going on?
I played Aggelos, which is a game that came out. I don't know actually when it came out on other systems, but it got on the Switch somewhat. Right? Yeah, I think so. At least 2 years ago. Yeah. Somewhat recently on Switch. This is a fan-made kind of homage to the Wonder Boy games back on the Genesis era and the Master System era. So it's like a 2D platformer where you just kind of run around, hack and slash enemies. But you also have to like find items and like solve quests, go to dungeons and stuff like that. This was actually really fun. So if you like that Wonder Boy, like you're like the early like Metroidvania kind of adventure games, this would probably be up your alley. But do not make my mistake. Play it on normal and not hard. That was my mistake, and I feel my enjoyment of the game suffered because of it.
How long is it?
7 hours.
Oh wow, okay, that's longer than I thought.
It's not bad, and keep in mind, I played through on hard, which is what kind of made it take longer. I think my playthrough took to about eight something hours. How long to beat? I think puts it around 7. Probably even faster, honestly, if you're playing on normal, because I'm sure it's not as annoying. I'm sure you take much less damage, and it's a bit more tolerable. Because there were just some bosses I just got stuck on because I did not have the DPS to make up for what they wanted me to do on hard.
I see.
So I feel like on normal it would probably be like just like the right kind of difficulty where it feels fair versus like one of the gripes I have is that you have infinite continues. You can continue whenever you want. Obviously, if you're in a dungeon, they'll put you back at the beginning of the dungeon. Whatever, that's standard fare. But you lose 10% of your gained experience each time you die on your current level.
Okay, yeah.
And you need levels to up your damage if you've got all the gear you can currently get. So I had a lot of like, well, I just lost like 5,000 experience points. Guess I'm going to have to grind those out or like just try to get through it without screwing up. So it definitely kept progress in place, but I think that also might be a hard mode thing. I'm not sure. Okay. But there's also only 20 levels, and once you don't roll back a level if you lose experience. It's just like if you've hit a level cap, then you're fine.
Yeah, this looks fun. I'm looking at a video of it right now.
Yeah, no, if you like Wonder Boy style games, or if you like the Wonder Boy games, like it's Wonder Boy. It's straight up.
Okay.
There's no way to dance around it. It's straight up a Wonder Boy game. Like the company that even worked on it was like called like Wonder Bobo or something like that. Like they straight up put it in their name. That's how much they love the Wonder Boy game. So it's just like, if you like that kind of game, play it. It's good.
This looks really delightful. There's just so much crap out right now. I can't add another thing from a few years ago. Man, this looks awesome.
I was just like, it was on sale on Switch. That's what made me grab it. It was like 90% off or like some like big discount.
Oh,
it's one of those Switch sales.
Yeah. Sometimes I like those.
Weird.
Yeah, like anytime
But
anytime I see a game on like the Switch that like, oh, this looks interesting. I'm not sure if I want to quite get this. I'll put it on like the wish list, and then I'll check it every now and then. It's like, oh, it's on sale. I'll grab it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
the wish list system on the Switch give you a notification when something has gone on sale?
No, you have to do that yourself. But like when you look at the wish list, it shows like 90% off, but like it doesn't like pop up on your HUD or anything.
That would be good on like that like welcome screen where it has like the news on the left side.
Totally.
Like that's a perfect spot. Hey, by the way,
be a really good spot for it.
Something that you want to give us money for is on sale.
Totally. Yep, I agree.
Yeah, it's back to $15 on Switch.
You have an app on the phone. What if that just gave you a notification? Hey,
yep.
Guess what? Something's on sale. Maybe you should jump on over to your Switch.
They have my email. They could email me. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than finishing up Dead Space 3 and the DLC yesterday.
Okay.
That game's really fun in co-op. I highly recommend playing through that in co-op.
Yeah, I've heard that.
We're finishing up Alice Madness Returns on Monday, so we'll be done that. We've got like an hour left of that game.
What are you gonna do with all your free time?
Well, we're gonna start November's game clearing game.
Makes sense.
Have you said what that is, or is it a secret?
It's a poll, and the poll doesn't go up till Sunday. Okay. So, all right. But since Sunday's also my birthday, Saturday we're doing a special stream. We're gonna be doing we're gonna do a birthday stream where we're gonna do what's called a shuffler, a BizHawk shuffler. It's where you load a bunch of games into the shuffler and you set a timer for each game, and then randomly in that time frame it'll give you the next game. So you can set like you can say like every 10 seconds, give me a different game and just keep playing through the games like that. Or you can obviously make it a more reasonable range.
Right.
And we're going to do like a bunch of games like that on Saturday.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Other than that, we played a little bit of a game that Paul played, and I'm curious to see what his opinion on this is. Phasmophobia.
Oh, okay. The thing that I was gonna say about it is I'm probably done with it now. I hit level 100. I'm about 60 hours in. So
You are now the ghost.
I am now the ghost. Yes. I've been the ghost many times. I've died many times in that game.
Okay.
So there's not much more to do right now. It's me and my crew. It's down to a science now. It's just like, all right, we go in.
Now you're real ghost hunters. Can you do it in real life now? You figured it out?
Yeah, exactly. I can definitely break into somebody's house and walk around for a while and then yell things and then leave. I can definitely do that for sure.
That sounds like every ghost hunting show.
Yeah, that's what Phasmophobia is for sure. But yeah, no, we have it down now. So like even professional, it's just like, okay, this is a room. All right, everybody knows their role. We get set up. We're done in 5 minutes. We leave. Like it's at this point they need to add more and they need to fix a lot of problems with it. But so I'm done with it currently.
Yeah, I hated it.
Okay.
Ow.
I played it last night on stream with a bunch of friends, and I had a miserable time.
I could see that.
Hated the pace. I already hated the concept, but I was just like, you know what? Everyone seems to be like, maybe there's something here because everyone seems real excited about it. And loaded it up. My friends told me I didn't need a tutorial. They'd teach me. And I was bored out of my goddamn mind the whole time.
I don't know who would recommend this to you, honestly. I think they're foolish. This is not a John game.
Okay, that clears things up because I felt weird about not liking it. I'm like, I really feel like I'm missing something here.
There's another person I watch that they like on Twitch that they like browbeat him into buying it. I'm like, you guys are idiots. And yep, sure enough, 45 minutes in, he turned it off. He's like, I fucking hate this thing. It's like, why are people recommending this game to people who won't like it? Like, that's so dumb. I don't understand it. But so yeah, I mean, no, I'm with you. I wouldn't have recommended this game to you at all. It's very, very slow. And I like the fact that it's basically like you get a crew together and you each kind of like have a little role to do and then you do it and then you leave. But like, it's not like Payday or anything where there's action the whole time. It's extremely slow.
Yeah, no, I hadn't watched anything on it. I've just seen like little bits and pieces of people getting scared. I'm like, oh, this sounds cool.
Sure.
And I picked it up and I was just like, no, it's really not.
Yeah.
My first reaction to being killed in the game was thank God. Because then I was like, oh, cool. I can actually, maybe I'll do something different now that I'm a ghost.
Nothing.
And people were like, oh yeah, now as a ghost, now you can see what the actual ghost is doing. And apparently they patched that out the day before I bought the game.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So
there's nothing to do when you're dead. You are literally waiting for your team to leave.
Fucking, I know it's early access, so it's hard to get mad, but just like, that's super not a game for me, man.
Yep.
I was debating returning it, and like that would literally be the first game I've ever returned.
Oh wow.
That's how little I liked it.
Sure.
At the end of the stream yesterday, I was like, all right, maybe I'll give it another shot, do the tutorial and that. But it's also like I have 1 hour left before the return is impossible. So I'm just like, I don't know. But a lot of people in my chat were saying like it's not interesting until you get to the higher like difficulties and the more interesting locations, because we only had like amateur like house and other house and asylum.
Asylum sucks. It's way too big, and there's only one room in Asylum where anything happens. So you spend half an hour looking for that room, and then you do the thing for 2 minutes, and then you're done. Like it's just walking around.
Yeah, like my friends they'd only started playing the game the day before. That's why they were like, "Yo, this game's janky. You'll love it."
It is
That's
janky.
Why they pitched it to me.
Yeah,
and like they were gonna do Asylum, and people said, "Don't do it."
It's boring.
They played Asylum after the stream ended. And they were like, "Oh, thank God we didn't bring John here." They like straight up said, "They're like, yeah, he would have hated this.
It's
this would have been awful."
Yep. To Sunslayer, yes, it is just one dev. So I have heard it's a little bit different in VR because it is a VR game, and watching people when you're not in VR play it in VR is hilarious because they have full like hand movement and their characters are all wonky and doing weird shit all the time. So that's funny. Asylum sucks. The school is okay. That game sucks on amateur mode because you have 5 minutes before the ghost even basically activates to set up, and then from there it's not aggressive, so it barely does anything. On professional, you can like find a ghost right away, and like shit happens.
See, that sounds more interesting to me. That does actually sound more interesting.
Yep. Even intermediate is a little bit better, but like amateur is so fucking boring, and it sucks because you kind of have to do it until they start giving you professional missions. So
how do you get the higher level missions? Do you just clear the other ones? Is it level? It's level tied?
Yeah, you just level up. And even then, I still sometimes randomly get an amateur mission I could choose for some reason, like I would want to. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's one of those games where I've had a lot of fun with it with people. We have a good group to do it, but I'm done with it. Like
I think my issue is you pretty much kind of hit it on the head when you said it's not Payday.
It's like not. No.
To me, there are better games to do in a group. Like even Among Us is better in a way. Because like here's the thing, Among Us can be a slow burn.
It can be,
but like Among Us has like the added pressure of like, are you the killer? Like, do you have to figure out things? Who did it? Like, and they're both like the hot games at the moment. Like, I think I looked on Steam that during that stream, and Phasmophobia was the #1 selling game. On Steam at the time. I'm just like, I don't see it. I really don't.
Sure. I mean, that's fair enough. It's very, very slow. Also, there's not enough different locations. Like, I've seen every location probably at least 20 times now in that game. Like, there's not enough different locations going on. It's not scary enough. It would be nice if, like, this is one of the games where I could see a AAA studio being like, this is a good idea. Let's make it in a thing that's really, like, cool. And, like, it being fucking awesome. But, like, this is one dude kind of putting it together with whatever bubblegum and spare coding he has on a hard drive somewhere. And, like, it's very, very janky. But I don't know. I think you have to be the right type of person for it. And I would have never assumed that this would be a game that you'd be into. So that's why I'm like, I don't know who would recommend this to John, but...
It was a group of friends that had played it for the first time the day before and thought I would really enjoy the jank, and nope.
Yeah, it's not like a good jank is a thing. It's funny jank for a little really bit, but it's not like always broken the whole time so that it's funny. It's just broken that it's annoying. Like, I was killed standing outside once because the ghost grabbed me through the window, the wall. Like, that's not fun jank.
No. The funniest thing that happened last night was I was bored in the first run, so I was like, hey, ghost, kill me, ghost, kill me. Mm-hmm. The ghost instead kept killing people around me and leaving me alone.
That's really funny.
That was funny, but that was about all the enjoyment I got. Was getting mad that I was trying to get killed and everyone else was getting killed instead.
Yeah, that's really funny. Yeah, no, the only thing I was going to say about it is that I'm level 100. I'm going to leave it at that until that game adds something significantly different. I guess I'll keep...
for me, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll keep going with that. We talked about Hades. I don't have a whole lot more to say about it here, except for I got the true ending. I'm pretty much... done everything. I beat the hard version of Hades with extreme measures on. Now I'm just looking for numbers to go up so that I can buy the aesthetic stuff in the main hall for 100%, but otherwise I've wrung that game out completely out of content. Everybody's just saying kind of filler stuff to me now, so that game is 100% completed storyline wise. Now it's just a numbers game, and that's far less interesting.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
The big one, I guess, that I started this week is a game called Maneater, where you play a shark. And it's been kind of great. So, this is a game by Tripwire Interactive, the people that did Killing Floor. And it is a game where you start off as a man-eating shark that gets hunted and killed right away in the intro. But then your actual character is the baby shark that was inside her because she was pregnant, who bites off the arm of the dude that killed the mother and then gets away, and then you like are basically now just like roaming around, growing to the point where you're going to fight him. Yeah, it's shot like a like that duck hunting show or whatever. Like I can't remember what that was called, or like any of these weird TLC like
Hog the Bounty Hunter.
yeah, kind of like that too, where it's just like a supposedly a camera crew following around a shark, and also the main antagonist whose name is something Pete. Scaly Pete? Yeah, Scaly Pete. And like every now and then you get interludes of Scaly Pete having like a bad relationship with his son because his son will never be a good fisherman like he is and shit like that. And then it'll come back to the shark, which is you playing, and the shark getting bigger and older and like gaining different abilities to fight things better so you can take on humans and eventually Scaly Pete. And you get an infamy level as you kill more and more humans, and you get like specific shark bounty hunters essentially coming after you, going up the list for like infamy. It's fucking weird, man. It's a weird game.
Yeah. Game definitely looks weird.
It is yeah, and Duck Dynasty is the one I was thinking of, so yes, thank you. Yeah, it's just an open world game because there's not enough of those. It's pretty dumbed down. There's not a whole lot of things to do. Like, there's a lot of things to quote unquote collect, but collecting is literally, it's like a crate that fell into the bottom of the lake. You just swim down there real quick, press a button to bite it open, and you've collected it. You're not like doing side missions or anything. You're just kind of collecting stuff as you go along and fighting your way to high infamy. And hopefully, I don't know how this is going to end, but I really, really hope we basically just become like a megalodon and we're just so big that the game can no longer contain us. But we'll see. Right now,
you break out of the game itself.
Yeah, right onto my desk here. I'm an adult right now, so we went through the baby phase, the teen phase, and now we're in the adult phase. I'm trying to get to elder status so I can break open certain other grates to continue on to other parts of the map. But yeah, it's just a really there's not many games where you just play a shark swimming around in the water with like the mechanic where you grow by eating a whole bunch of stuff and like attacking humans and doing missions, and it has like a nice sense of humor to it too. So it's actually been a really, really fun thing to just kind of wind down with every night. It's been fun. It doesn't seem long either. I found out I'm halfway through the game. It's quote unquote story mode, and like I've basically been 100%ing each location I've been in as well because it takes no time at all. And I'm like 5 hours in. I think this is a 10 to 15 hour game total, so I'll be done pretty quick at this game. It is one of those ones that I think if it was on Game Pass, this would be perfect on Game Pass, but it is like a $40 title or whatever. It's a cheaper one.
Right, yeah, it is still a budget title, but
yeah,
it does seem a little rough.
Yeah.
I would love for it to go on Game Pass. I've been wanting to check it out.
Yeah.
Did you play Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey?
I didn't, no. Did you?
I feel like you should play that game.
Did you play that one?
No, that game sounds real bad.
It does.
I just feel like that's something that you would have played or should play.
I mean, maybe. I think the thing that's kept me in this, though, is that it has kind of a fun sense of humor about it. Ancestors looks like it was up its own butt and took itself way too seriously.
It looks like a weird game. Like,
yeah.
I would like to try it, but I don't want to give any money to it, really.
Yeah, I'm the same way,
bad,
actually.
And I hear it's bad.
Yeah, same way.
That came out last year. Yeah.
That's all I've been
50% off on Steam right now.
How much is that?
Right. It's $20 American right now.
Yeah, that's still too much. Maybe one day.
All right, I'll keep going with what I played. I played an FMV game called She Sees Red.
Yeah, I played this last year. Good game.
This is
good movie.
It seems like an interactive movie. It seems which is a FMV game. It seems like it was like a Russian game at one point that was dubbed English.
Yeah.
So all the voice acting is just weirdly dubbed over. It's fun. It's like a 30-minute long game. You have to play through it 4 times if you want to see each of the endings and each of how things can turn out.
This is the detective one in the club, right?
Yes, in the club. Yeah.
Okay.
With like the murders in the club and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
I think some of the endings are good. Some of them are just real silly and lame.
Yeah.
like I said, there's 4, and there's not a ton to it. It's a 30-minute game, but it's fine. It was just on sale on Xbox this week, and I was like, yeah, $4.
Okay.
And I'll see what this is like. I like FMV silliness, and
Sure.
it is definitely not a great FMV game. It is like kind of like, I think the camera work is actually pretty well done. There's even like a pretty good cut transition that I thought was like, that is a good camera trick they just did there. Good job. But then there's just like the most basic ass video game overlay put on top of it.
Yeah.
There's better FMV games out there. But if you're a fan of the genre, this one's worth it, especially since it's super cheap right now.
Sure. Yeah.
Late last night, Season 7 of Apex came out.
Okay.
Which has me real excited because like a new battle pass and a new character, there's a new map. So this is the 3rd map in the game now. Olympus, it's like this sky city.
Okay.
And so with that, they've introduced a vehicle. You can drive a vehicle around, which is pretty silly, and people can shoot out the vehicle. People can put their special abilities on the vehicle to use, like their turret or their dome shield or stuff like that. So that's fun. As mentioned in the chat, so Apex, along with the drop of Season 7, is now on Steam.
Okay.
If you've been waiting for the Steam version, and there is crossplay, so you have access to that. The new battle pass is bad. They reworked kind of the progression of the battle pass and have made it incredibly grindy.
Great.
The point where I didn't like do the hard math, but just based on some things I was hearing, I typically hit around level 100 in the battle pass each season.
Yeah.
I was like, am I even going to make it to 25 at this rate? Which that's how much they've increased the grinding. I did just see, like, right before the show began, Apex's Twitter account tweeted out saying, hey, we're gonna like tweak it a bit.
Wow. It was bad enough that a lot of people complained, I guess.
Yeah, like the whole subreddit is just kind of blowing up about this.
Oh, wow.
The bad thing is, though, is like, I'm sure they're not going to fix it enough. They're going to fix it just enough so that people will stop being upset. But Respawn and then the EA, I don't know how much influence it's from EA, will still be getting more money than they were, because you have to grind more or spend money to buy those levels that you can't seem to get to this season.
Sure.
That's how free to play games work, right?
Unfortunately.
It's a long con. It's they got to just push the needle a little bit each time, because that makes the number go higher for them.
Yeah.
That's just a bummer. I liked the progression before. I hope they continue to make it better. We'll see how things go. They've also, in Apex, have added clubs now, which are like clans, basically. I made a top-down perspective one, so if there's any listeners that would like to be part of that club, check out our Twitter account. I posted like the name of it and a screenshot of it there, or check the Discord. I posted it in there as well. And you get bonuses for grouping up with people, and maybe you can find more people to play with. So if anyone is interested, free. Last game I've been playing is big game of the week is Watchdogs Legion.
Sure.
This is my first Watchdogs game, just for the record.
Okay. And
I think this game is just okay.
Yeah, I've heard people just be like, it's fine, but like kind of hoping it would do anything different or new.
Isn't that kind of how everyone felt about Watch Dogs 1 and 2, though?
People really liked 2, I recall. And even people are talking about this one like 2 was better. So I say it's just okay because like it's not doing anything wrong really, but it's, especially right now, it's I don't see why I should be giving kind of any of my time to it compared to what else is coming out and going on right now. But so it delivers on the whole. You can play as anyone. Basically, when you start the game, you can just kind of go up to any person and be like, hey, are you also upset with like the authoritarian government and this weird police state we live in? Maybe you should join DedSec, the band of hackers that is Watchdogs. And they're like, well, I don't know. I am kind of in debt to this other company. If you could wipe that, then I'd help you out. So you have to do like one mission for them, and then they'll join you and you play as them.
I've heard this is what people are complaining about. They're like, I hate it because it's the canned, hey, you look like a cool guy. Oh, Gensec, here's my mission. Okay, I accept. And it's like that literally for all of them, to the point where one of them, apparently, the character was like, hey, see that guy over there? That's my brother. That brother did the literally exact same thing. And it's like, why is there no... Like, why do you even make the distinction that he's family if it's the same canned dialogue?
I've also heard there's just kind of some like kind of weirdness with like the procedural generation.
Yeah.
Going on with like different accents and stuff like that. One of the problems with not having kind of a central protagonist is that there is not really a sense of character. Whoever you're playing as has to be able to react to the story missions. So you kind of just get all these like super vanilla responses to everything. Like,
right.
I love it. Like to the point where you'll get, so I just did a mission where you go into what is basically people who are being kept prisoners because they are immigrants and they're not getting processed right, and then they're getting sold as slaves, or they're being like chopped up. So you finish that mission, and then your guy will just say a generic mission ending like, man, I love working for DedSec. This is great. It's like,
this is like horrific.
Or, hey, I'm good at hacking stuff. That they'll just like spout stuff like that. It's just super odd. So they try to, so there's like a lack of character, and I guess they try to push more of the like NPCs that you are engaging with, who are like giving you your missions. And I feel like a lot of the characterization is coming from Bagley, your like computer program that DedSec uses.
Okay.
So it's just another snarky robot, which I feel like literally every third game has a snarky robot at this point.
Yeah.
So that's not doing anything new to me there. I'm also not really sure how I'm feeling with like the whole kind of loop of each mission. You'll basically go up to the place where it's like, hey, if you go in the red part of this building, it's off limits, and you're going to put on your hat. And now it's like, if they see you, they're going to be not cool. So you stand out front of that, and then using left bumper, you just jump from camera to camera, like hacking. Basically just kind of arming all the traps inside there. I guess anything in the building can explode. That'll take out some enemies, and then you can kind of go in and finish them off. You can play it a bit more stealthy if you'd like, but it is just so easy to just gun your way through these things. The game does kind of point out, like, we use guns as a last resort, but every single character you recruit has a gun. Every time you recruit a new person, it's not even like, here's my loadout, put it on all my characters. You recruit the construction worker, they have a nail gun. They'll come with a nail gun. You recruit the spy, he has a silenced pistol. So it is just so easy to gun your way through it that it's like, do I even want to spend the time jumping from camera to camera to camera? There are some unique missions for sure. Those can get kind of interesting. We have to do some like platforming with your spider bot and whatnot, but I don't know. It's just nothing. It's not doing anything like really impressive where I was like, wow, this is really cool. This is super awesome. It's just like, this is just a generic open world game. It barely has a protagonist. It almost feels like an old open world game before they were like writing stories into these.
Sure.
You know, like a GTA 3 or something.
Like any Rockstar like game even figured that out a long time ago.
Yeah. So it feels like this kind of weird like old school open world game. Yeah, it's just a weird thing. I mean, like, it almost seems like, you know, you're going to come up on a building and it's like, I need to get to the top of it to change the propaganda to my propaganda. Well, just play as the construction worker every time, because they can call down a cargo drone and then you can fly up top there. Don't even worry about sneaking your way up the building. Just grab the cargo drone and fly up there. Why would I play as anyone else, basically?
Sure. It sounds like that is kind of the idea that they really went for, but like, how fun does that captivate you for like 10 to 20 hours of just being like, I like that I can choose what guy I need to do this weird shitty side mission I need to do, but like, that's it. That's the thing.
You know, and like, you know, each character will have different specific traits. Like, one person can call a car, and if they want, the construction worker, like I said, can call a cargo drone. Some people can call on different kind of stuff, and you can also spec out differently and purchase different accessories. And I think the ideal here is like, tackle this situation in any way that you want. Do you want to go in guns blazing? Do you want to go in fighting? Do you want to go in sneaking? Do you want to have like an invisibility cloak, and you can do all these different things? Hey, if I turn off that door, yada yada yada. But it's just like, I just don't find the setup to be that interesting.
Yeah.
You have to do the same because every time you have to go up to this building and you're going to have to infiltrate it some way. And it's like, well, do I want to jump through every camera and figure out every single path, or it kind of makes me think of the Hitman games, but they do this so well. Those are such like a puzzle. Like the Hitman games feel like almost like a living ecosystem. Because this kind of feels like a pale comparison of that they're trying to make a little more like kind of easier to get into, a little more like you can jump in whenever you want it and do it kind of a thing, and it's just not as engaging as a result, unfortunately. So again, it's not a bad game. It's totally fine. But when I'm looking at like, I still got Ghost of Tsushima to play, which is hitting it out of the park in some respects.
You could play Maneater, play a shark.
You could play Maneater. Yeah, you can't play the shark in this one. So what do you mean you could play as anyone?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I don't think the soundtrack's very good on the radio. Also, there's a bunch of like audio logs you can pick up, but you have to stay in the menu to listen to them all, and they're long.
Oh, terrible.
It's like I'm never gonna just do that. Like there's no way to like back out of the menu and have it just keep playing. So there's literally podcasts in the game.
Yeah.
You just have to sit in a menu and listen to if you want to listen to them.
That's
weird.
One thing I was going to ask you about, how is the auto driving? Because can't you get the AI to like drop you off at locations and you just like watch it?
That one I haven't quite figured out. So like the way the auto driving in like an Assassin's Creed game works is you set a marker on the thing and you hit go and it'll follow all the routes to that location. I think the auto drive in this one, it just drives around.
Oh, okay.
What?
It just follows whatever road it can, I guess.
It just kind of drives like so that you could do something else while it's driving. I'm not sure. I tried it early on and it like wasn't taking me towards my thing. So I haven't done it again because I was like, this is broken.
Sure.
I guess I got to try it again and like really sit there and be like, are you taking me where I should be going right now? What are you doing? It also slows down a ton. When you put auto drive on, even if it is somehow taking me there, it like obeys the speed limit.
Yeah.
So there's no way you would ever want to do it. Like there's like full stop. Last thing I'll say about it, it runs pretty poorly. I've had the game freeze on me several times. One to the point where I had to restart the game. I'm playing on Xbox, by the way. Xbox One X for those wanting to keep track. The load times are insane. Like, oh my god, they're so insane. Especially coming off of Ghost of Tsushima that laughs in the face of load times on belief. So I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to stop playing Legion until my Series X shows up next week so that I can get past these load times nonsense at the very least.
Yeah, sure.
And that seems kind of like the way to do it since I'm not really having a great time regardless. So why not play it when it's a little better?
Sure.
I got 5 days to wait, so.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, so that was Watchdogs Legion. So let's do some news. Only a few things, and they're kind of small stories. First one is that the Xbox Series S's 512 gigabyte storage hard drive, the OS will take up about a third of that. So there is only 364 gigabytes of usable space on the Series S.
Great. Great.
That must be somewhat in part, if not fully in part, to the fact that it's very fast loading between games. It takes a lot of space probably to save like states or something.
Sure. Yeah, I'm curious. I haven't seen the numbers for the Series X because that can also save a lot of states. It just kind of, it comes into question of like, this is your digital only console, so you're going to want a big hard drive space, but it's also the cheap one. So you are really like, hey, you're saving $200 on this thing. We got to cut corners somewhere. You know what I mean? Just something definitely to keep in mind. You're only going to get probably like, I don't know, 3 big games on this thing before it's pretty full.
Or like Call of Duty. Call of Duty itself is like 250 gigs or something.
Yeah, Call of Duty is going to take up most of that space easily.
Absolutely insane, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, this won't even matter once like xCloud is on consoles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be like, who cares about hard drive space? Let's go. But for now, keep that in mind. You might need to use your own hard drive, which you can, or you can get the little SSD memory stick for $200 and get a whole terabyte. Maybe that's something you do down the road when you fill it up. Some PS5 news. Sony came out and put a blog post out saying today that on launch day, they are not selling any consoles in store.
Sony came out and said that?
Sony came out and said that. Who knows? I don't know how they'll enforce this with all these other different chains. I have seen Walmart tweeting that they are following along with this. So what they said is if you have pre-ordered a physical like a pickup in store one, you can do that. But you are not going to be able to go into a store and buy a PS5. You have to order online. Get it delivered. Yes. They're reaching out and saying, keeping our games retailers and the staff safe amongst COVID. Again, I don't see how they'll enforce this, because how does Best Buy not just go, we got a bunch of these. You're in the store and you want a PS5? Here you go.
Yeah.
Who knows? But that is something they have announced that they are doing. So I guess good for them. Like, makes sense. Don't go to a store. No need to go to a store. Right online, man. And last bit of news, and this is crazy, is GameStop announced earlier this week that they have initiated a challenge for their employees to do a TikTok dance contest, and one of the prizes is 10 extra hours that they can work during Black Friday week.
What the fuck? What?
So I looked into this, and because I worked as management at GameStop and EB Games. It is not 10 hours for an employee. It is 10 hours for the store to have an extra shift during Black Friday. So basically, it is not for an employee. It is for the managers.
Oh.
The winning store will then get awarded an Echo 8, Echo Auto, $100 Visa gift card, and 10 additional labor hours. But so those hours would go to an employee or maybe a couple employees.
It likely
to work
would go
for,
to 2. It would be like 2 6, like a 6 and a 4, or like 2 5-hour shifts. Basically, it would go to a couple of employees.
This is insane. This is so crazy. It's funny. Like, this is so stupid. Holy smokes.
This actually sounds like I was just checking your source here. This sounds like an Onion article. Like, this is actually so dumb.
I did. So the way I found this article originally, because before Kotaku, which we're looking at right now, had reported on it, is I forget what the other site is that reported on it. This was on the GameStop site, so I did double check it before everything. Okay. Hard Drive Mag was like, "This is too on the nose." Because someone submitted it to them on their Twitter.
On the nose.
Like, on the nose.
Oh man.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes. Well, no.
Like I said, as someone who as someone who worked for that company, this doesn't surprise me.
No, it's not crazy.
It legitimately does not.
It's crazy to think anybody will actually participate in this.
Oh no, people will participate.
Oh my
people
God.
will participate because some stores need those extra 10 hours. Head office is very, very mad at you if you ever go over on hours. When I used to manage Sean and a bunch of people at that store, anytime I went over like 2 hours, they got mad at me.
Oh man,
I never heard that.
And this is the company that wouldn't give me an actual fucking manager. They made me go through 3 managers and keep me at ASM while I was running a fucking store.
You remember that? Yes.
No, this doesn't surprise me in the least, and it will not surprise me if people do this just to get those extra hours for the store.
I guess like the one side maybe on this is people might be looking for hours right now with like hours being cut.
For sure there's people.
Yeah. Also, like, this is just like an actual supervillain plot. This is like the darkest shit. This is the darkest timeline. Anyway, if you go to Judy Payne's YouTube channel, she's got 5 subscribers, so give her a like. You can see that they've submitted for the GameStop TikTok challenge already.
What's the name? Judy Payne?
Judy Payne, spelt like Max Payne.
me see if I could find Judy Payne here.
It's actually in the article if you just want to look at the video.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Just for those out there. So yeah, drop a like and subscribe to Judy Payne. Can't tell you what her content's like, so don't put that on me. That's gonna do it for news. Actually, I can tell you she has a dance. That's one of the content. I don't know what the rest of it is. Let's do some questions.
Okay.
If you would like to send in a question, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, Discord channel, or John's PO Box. Those are all great ways. The only ways you can submit a question, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Evan wrote in and said, Frog Fractions and Muscle March are cool games. What are the weirdest games?
Oh, I mean, this is where you get out your Nobi boys. You get out, oh my god, what's that game where you're a dick, where you have to fuck other dicks? I can't remember the name of it. Genital jousting. Yeah.
Genital jousting. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You seen Push Me, Pull You? It's a weird game.
That's a weird game. Yep.
Fun fact for those keeping track at home is the game that House did for Untitled Goose Game. And Untitled Goose Game is the one game that won at the Game Awards for best studio who has only made one game ever.
Yeah. Best new studio or whatever.
We were all like, what?
Yeah.
Anyway.
That was weird.
This question, are we reading it wrong? Are they, because the way I interpreted it is Frog Fractions and Muscle March, those are actually in real life the weirdest games, but they're now in this hypothetical the cool games. So in this hypothetical, what are the weird games now?
See, I took that to mean like they're cool, they're weird games, but they're cool. So what's just a weird game? What's a game that's not exactly like awesome, but maybe just really fucking strange?
Nobi Boy.
I would probably give it to Nobi Boy.
You're saying that's the weirdest game? I think Push Me, Pull You.
I'm saying that's the weirdest game that isn't also cool, because you literally just were making yourself big enough so that around the world we were able to reach girl on Jupiter or something dumb. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But like it was barely a game.
What did next that came out like last year?
I don't
Bottom? What is it called?
What one?
Bottom? What did he do after Nobi Boy?
Oh, he went and built Playgrounds again, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But recently he came with a game like last year. I played it at PAX South.
Oh, he's making games for the Playdate, that little system with the crank on it.
Okay, the game I was referring to is Wadham.
Yeah, Wadham. Yeah,
it's a weird game. Let me put it. Is this a weird game? Not your friends.
I mean, yes, it is.
I think that's a very cool game, though.
It's a cool weird game. Yeah, it's fun.
A lot of these weird games I also think are cool because of how weird they are.
Okay, sure. I can see that.
Octodad.
I mean, I don't like Octodad at all, but it is weird.
It's definitely a weird game, yeah.
I think that's a weird, cool game. Doritos Crash Course. That's a very weird game.
That's a great game.
It had a sequel.
It did.
Super weird. What's up with that?
Oh, I miss those days.
Yaris, that free Xbox 360 game.
Oh, that game with Chris Evans, the you're in the movies type game.
Oh yeah,
that's not. It's not.
Evans
No. We were like just talking about this.
It was like called Superstar or something.
That is a super weird game. That's
Yeah.
a weird game. I just need to go through like my Xbox 360 games like achievement list and see like what weird shit did I find for free on that thing.
Yeah.
Those
all the
are
Burger King games. Those were weird.
I think those are really cool though. Like Sneak King.
Sneak King was definitely weird.
Very, very cool. That's a super weird game. Remember when games were cool?
No.
Let me tell you with this transition. Sneak King trailer. Put the Sneak King trailer on the show, right? On the stream.
Yeah, we can do that. That's not a TMCA nightmare at all. All right.
If I film my TV playing the Sneak King trailer and then I mail it to myself and don't open it.
You're right. That's how you get around copyright. That's true. Yeah.
Then I own it.
Amanda writes in and says, in terms of gameplay, overall design, music, and controls, which is better, Mario Kart 64 or Diddy Kong Racing?
I mean, I didn't play enough Diddy Kong Racing. I gotta give it to Mario Kart 64. I played a shit ton of that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I hate Diddy Kong Racing, but it is the correct answer.
I think it probably is too, because it came out later, so it would have been designed a little bit better. Right?
Yeah, no, the music is definitely better. The maps are better.
Yeah.
There's more modes. There's
hang
way more single-player content.
Mario Kart 64 has the multiplayer stage Block Ford, and that mode is that stage is awesome.
That's the only thing 64 has going for it anymore, and Diddy Kong Racing basically has that, just in a different way.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I would have just assumed Diddy Kong Racing. I don't remember Diddy Kong Racing that much. I also played a lot of Mario Kart 64 growing up.
I played a lot of Mario Kart 64.
The reason I give Diddy Kong Racing so much shit is because that game has disgusting amounts of rubber banding. That story mode is just infuriating.
I see.
And you also have to do dumb shit like collect all the silver N64 coins on the maps in 3 laps and win the race. Otherwise, they don't count. It's just like, ugh. There's so much bullshit in that game. But like, it is objectively the better game. Mario power-ups are better. The Mario power-up system is more straightforward because Diddy Kong Racing is like, here's like 5 different types of balloons, and each time you get the same balloon in a row, you get a stronger version of that power-up.
Okay.
So you have to like on purpose wait to get the stronger ones if you want to do the more aggressive attacks. Well, in Mario Kart, it sort of knows how to balance out the items and will give them to you accordingly. So I would argue that's one thing Mario Kart has over Diddy Kong Racing was a better item system.
All right, sure. Yeah.
Even if it's more RNG based versus like actually holding on and focusing.
Well, there you go.
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, Diddy Kong Racing is the better game, but I hate saying that.
This is the official source, so you just put the 2 titans together and there's your answer. You got next.
Suku writes in and says, well, I just discovered Nabisco created their own Oreo cold storage vault close to the global seed vault. What would you want cryogenically stored to outlast civilization in case a meteor were to come wiping us out?
What is the global seed vault?
It is I believe it's an indestructible vault holding like all the different types of seeds that society would need to rebuild itself if there was an apocalypse.
Okay. This is all the Oreos that society would need to rebuild itself in an apocalypse.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then right next to it is just a container holding Oreos.
I'm going to give it to Kit Kats because there's no way that Oreo flavors have anything on Kit Kat flavors. That's just me. That's a personal one that I would love.
I was about to say spaghetti. I want a spaghetti vault.
Just like
it's a vault full of spaghetti.
Might as well go with like pasta. Get all the different pastas.
Yeah. No, I think what really would be a proper answer would be I'm trying to think of it now. Like there's gotta be like some kind of food or item you want just to keep like perfectly safe. Like I don't want to lose pizza as a society if anything were to happen. But pizza requires too many other steps. So there's no way if we hit an apocalypse we would be able to hang on to pizza.
Are we able to like Noah's Ark this shit and have like the embryo of each animal stored there?
Yeah. I guess if we're making like a pizza vault, you got to have like the pork. Origins of every type of like item you need.
You need
for
cows
pizza,
for
like
milk, also beef. You need pork or pigs for pork. Like you need.
We need to pick a food that has every ingredient in it, and then as a result, we have saved everything we would need for food.
Yeah, exactly.
like a Christmas fruitcake.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, to be fair, the Christmas fruitcake's probably going to take the Armageddon and survive it anyways.
Yeah, totally.
It's what we make the vaults out of, right?
Exactly.
Either that, or it's the weird like tomato brick from the Dilbert cartoon. You guys ever see that? It was like made of beef and tomatoes.
No.
Oh god, you should watch the Dilbert cartoon. Is great. Scott,
I watched it a long time ago. I just don't remember that.
I
Yeah.
love that cartoon. I am not a Scott Adams fan.
Sure.
For reasons, but the Dilbert cartoon I think is fantastic. That garbage man, hilarious.
Just
Fantastic
put a buffet
character.
in it. Problem solved. It's a good point. Can we just freeze a buffet?
About every flavor of Mountain Dew.
How many are there? I've only ever had 2.
What? You've had only 2 flavors of Mountain Dew?
I've had normal and their red alert or whatever. Their gamer version.
Code Red.
Code red, that's it.
Code Red, yeah. I don't drink pop anymore, but there's a lot. There was just a new one recently that's KFC specific. It's an orange something.
Ooh.
Gotta go to KFC to get it. I used to, growing up, whenever we would take a trip to the States, stock up on as many weird Mountain Dew flavors as I could find and bring them back for my friends, because Canada got shit in terms of Mountain Dew flavors. And the States was like it was glorious. Your Pitch Blacks, whatever else.
Sure.
All right, VGC Kenny writes, what are some good chill games to play? And what are some of your favorite chill memories of playing games?
Chill games.
Tetris or Luminous, or
Yeah.
Tetris Effect to kind of bring back Luminous into it.
Okay.
Yeah. Tetris.
Coffee Talk earlier this year. That was a pretty chill game, and that was a nice chill memory. It's got like the rain going the whole time. That's a good one.
I mean, I'm assuming most people say Animal Crossing, right? Isn't that like the whole point of that?
Yeah.
Very much the point of that.
Yeah.
I've got some pretty good chill memories of it's like when I go home for the Christmas break and I'm just hanging out, like it's like late at night and I'm just like chilling in bed before going to sleep. And I remember I have this great memory of just like playing some Dead Cells on my Switch.
Sure.
And I was like, hell yeah, man, it's Christmas tomorrow. I'm playing Dead Cells right now. Moonlighter, that was also one of those same times. A good one. That was pretty chill.
And yeah, Picross is the answer. That's what I play to chill. So.
Sure.
Oh yeah, the Cross also a really good one.
And there's always a new one, so I'm never out.
Never ends.
Are you gonna get that one that just came out, John? That like
one just came out?
Yeah, some like My Superhero Girlfriend or some bullshit like that.
Picross Puzzle League or Picross Superhero League or whatever. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not just
I thought it was called like Picross Makeout League or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. That's something like that. Yeah.
It's Puzzle Makeout League because it's not just Picross. I was going to tell you guys about that until I realized, they have like Sudoku. It's like every kind of like written down style game. I think chess is even in there.
So I didn't even know this came out. I played this and talked to this on the podcast like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's out on Switch now.
Right? Puzzle Makeout League?
Oh yeah, it came out day before Halloween.
Pixel Puzzle Makeout League. That's what it's called.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. Like it was very much like a mix of like a visual novel or dating sim and a Picross game. Or at least the only things they had in the demo I played was Picross.
How much dating sim was there? Because I don't want any of that. I just want
very little. Like basically, like you pick who you want to start like spending time with, and that's what unlocks more puzzles and kind of moves the story along.
Okay.
Oh, now that I know this is out, I'm gonna grab this.
I think it is.
So I guess the answer is yes, Paul. The answer is yes.
Okay, fair enough. There's always a new one. Always.
I'm still wondering when that Sega themed one comes out from the devs of all the other Picross S games.
Yep. Next
Paul,
question.
I think you're next.
From Rinku. What's a food you ate growing up that you can't stand the thought of eating right now? And not just unhealthy stuff, more like stuff you did/had to eat so much you've forever grown sick of it.
Moose.
Like the animal or the dessert?
The animal.
Oh, okay. I haven't had moose. I don't think I've ever had moose. I've had.
It's a tough game meat.
Sure.
Okay. I don't think I've had moose.
I haven't had moose in probably ever since I moved up here, and I don't know if I could go back to it now.
The thing that throws me off a little bit is can't stand the thought of eating now, because like I would eat it if I had to, but I fucking hate beans. I'm so sick of beans. I fucking hate them.
I don't mess with beans if they're not in a burrito. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I won't get a burrito ever because it always has beans.
Okay. I was gonna say pop. Sure. I can drink pop. It's fine. I'm not gonna like say definitely not. But I drank so much pop as a kid, and I just like completely stopped.
Sure.
Point where it's just like I don't ever want it. Good. Same with like Kool-Aid, any kind of like real sweet drink. I'm just like, yeah, it's too sweet. Kind of sweets in general. I don't eat a lot of sweets.
Sure. Yeah.
If we were doing the opposite, stuff that I would never eat as a kid, but now I eat, drink so much milk now, whereas it was like hard to get me to drink like 1 glass a day growing up. Okay. My mom was like, you need this. Be a healthy human. You need some milk. Whereas I drink like 4 glasses a day now.
I'd be on the other side of this where I had milk as a kid and I try not to drink any milk anymore. I really am not a fan.
Healthy bones and teeth.
No. I used to have milk all the time, and then I became lactose intolerant for a bit, so that sucked. So I was just like, all right, well, I guess I have to stop now.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I don't like plain milk. I have to like mix something in it to make it like a chocolate milk.
Oh, okay, that's like different. Then yeah, sure.
I don't like plain milk. That's why I don't do cereal, because you can't do plain milk.
Yeah, it's actually also why I don't do cereal. I don't like milk.
All right, next one comes from Linebeck. How long do you think until AAA companies start trying to replicate games like Fall Guys, Among Us, and Phasmophobia to capitalize on their successes, if they do at all? I mean, that's literally what happened with Battle Royale games. Apex is EA.
Mm-hmm.
Apex is great.
And like it used to just be a mod for a game. So like it was like 5-year cycle, basically, if even, before like AAAs get all over a category.
So we're saying at the start of for PUBG to Apex.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like 1 year. Wasn't Apex like 2018?
It's been out for a bit, but I forget when it started.
I can't remember.
I mean, it depends how far back you want to go. PUBG was actually Battlegrounds in DayZ, or not DayZ, in Arma. So, like,
sure.
So I don't know, a few years.
Yeah, I don't know why, but for when we're hearing this question, I immediately think of Ubisoft. I think of that. It's that like extreme sports game they have coming out that's like super colorful and stuff.
Oh, the one that Steep kind of spun off of?
Yeah, that kind of it's coming after Steep, obviously.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of.
You know what I'm talking about, with all like the biking people, and we all we're like, is this a battle royale? No, it's not. But it's like they got gliding, they got whatever. For some reason, I just thought about that game, and all I could think is like, I could definitely see them making something like this, but it kind of looks like that, in like that exact art and graphical style. Like, can't you just see like a Fall Guys like that?
Yes.
You can wear like a panda costume. It's like, it's almost, almost like a Fortnite that you're playing Fall Guys stuff. I could see Ubisoft doing that. I would say next year.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if it continues, because Fall Guys kind of fell off also.
Well, fell off in our interest. They're still doing good, and they've got some ridiculous tie-ins. Like they've got a Godzilla piece of suit they're doing right now, which is crazy. That is a big get for them.
Yeah.
They did Sonic earlier, and I think they're what are they teasing now? They're teasing something from Devolver, I think.
Yeah, they've been doing a bunch. They had a bunch of like Half-Life ones, and or I guess Portal one. All right, Decoy Troy writes, when you discover a game that you really enjoy, how far into it are you able to decide if it's your favorite in X series or X genre? Or do you require a second playthrough for that?
Before we get into this, it was Untitled Goose Game they're teasing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense. Is it a goose? You must be
It's
a
looking
goose.
like you're gonna get Goose, yeah.
I mean,
how soon can you decide it's your favorite in that series or it's your favorite in the genre?
I mean, it's not if I don't finish it, so I at least have to finish it.
Finish it. I think I have to finish it too, because typically it's. I was gonna say typically it has to be like a narrative thing. So I got to see the full story the way through. I mean, there's plenty of non-story games I play where I'm like, this is my favorite one of those kinds of games.
Yeah, I think I'm with Paul on this one. Like, you gotta get through the game.
Like, I'm just thinking now, like, for a lot of reasons, I would say Metal Gear Solid 5 is probably one of the best in that series, but I never finished it because I couldn't give a fuck less about that writing. That story's awful, so I don't like it the best.
And apparently, like, the ending of that game is not conclusive. Like,
Right.
they
It's also
didn't
not even
have an
asking
ending in the
for
game.
the best.
So
It's asking for your favorite.
Yeah. Like, I have to, if it's a series or genre where I have finished another game of that series or genre, it easily has to, I have to at least finish it, right? Otherwise, it's automatically not my favorite because I finished another one in it first.
I would think if I'm trying to ask myself this question of like, is this my favorite? Like I'm really enjoying this, but is this better than whatever my previous favorite was? I have to finish it because for all I know, maybe the back half of it sucks.
Yeah, for
maybe
sure.
The story goes south. Maybe it gets really grindy near the end.
I don't think I require a second playthrough, but it would help.
I definitely don't. I definitely do not need that. All right, second question from Decoy Troy. You have been tasked with rebranding some of the top video game mascots of the industry, but the rival companies are also offering money for you to sabotage the mascot. Choose a mascot and how you would change for the better and for the worse.
Oh, man.
All right, so why don't we do this to narrow it down? Why doesn't each one of us assign someone a mascot?
Oh, God. Okay.
I want to figure out something with Master Chief.
So you don't want to assign people. You want to do Master Chief?
Yeah, I think I'll try Master Chief.
Okay. Paul, I'll assign you one and you assign me one.
Okay. What's mine?
Yours is. I don't know. I have to think for a second.
Yours is Mario.
It's Mario. Okay, I'm gonna try and be a little more creative than Mario. Like I'm not gonna give you like a link.
Sure.
Actually, here's not too far off. Yours is StarFox.
Okay, sure.
John, you've had the longest to think about it. How do you improve Master Chief?
You give him transforming abilities. Like his armor transforms into like various different forms, which gives him different changes to it, and it can hide like extra weapons.
Like he transforms into a car?
No, not like transform. I mean, or like he can like transform into like more guns, or like he can like increase like his strength and stuff like that. Like
okay,
modular armor.
Okay.
So to make him worse, he uses a turbo teen and he transforms into a car.
Yes. I was gonna say to make him worse, he's out of his armor 90% of the time, but like that also works pretty good. Just turning him into the turbo teen.
Because out of the armor, maybe it's like it's a Zero Suit Samus situation where he gets a sweet whip.
No, he's like a little scrawny dude who can't do anything. He can only do stuff inside the armor.
He's like that little alien guy from Men in Black 2.
Yeah.
Just in the head. Paul, you got a way to better StarFox?
Yeah, he's now an AI. He's no longer a fox. He is the ship.
He is the R-Wing?
Yeah.
All right. How's he worse?
He still dates Crystal.
How is he worse? don't know. I'll have to think about that. How you do yours?
It would have to be something like he never gets in an R-Wing again, so it's all gonna be like StarFox adventure games from here on out.
Mm.
Okay, what was my Mario? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you make Mario better? Okay, easy. First one, you give him a double jump. Boom. Complete
It's not
game
wrong.
changer. Yeah, I know. That's the best ability you can get.
Yeah.
How do you make him worse? How do you make him worse? Okay. You know, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say you break his legs.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's how you do it. You're right. You misery him. Tie him up on the bed. Put the piece of wood between his ankles.
What is happening here?
I can't jump anymore. Like, I just went the opposite. I gave him a jump and I took away one jump. And 1 minus 1 is 0. This sounds better. This sounds better. Alligators, notorious because they can't jump. Now he's an alligator.
Wait, what?
I missed something here too. Yeah.
He definitely still has the mustache.
Okay, sure.
He's an alligator. He moves real slow, and that game is boring. You can't even beat the very first scrolling level stage because it's too fast.
Oh God.
Right.
I mean, it seems a little easy to just say like, fine, make StarFox worse. He's blind now. He can't steer. Like what?
Made him an alligator. Okay, that was pretty good.
Okay, fair enough. What if we made StarFox worse by making him a human teenager instead of a fox? Fox is my nickname. Better learn it. Like it gives like thumbs up all the time.
Name. Okay, yeah. If it was
So stupid.
I'm trying to like one step further though. It's Guy Fawkes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
Guy Fawkes, you're right.
Blow up Parliament.
Oh
And
man.
so you gotta fly the R-Wing through a bunch of like Big Bens. I don't know. I'm losing the thread here a little bit.
Yeah, we're way off now.
So it's Star Faux.
Starfo?
Because isn't that how Guy Fawkes spelled his last name?
Yeah. It's Fawkes or yeah, sorry. Fawkes, I thought.
Oh, KX? Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was X. And there'd be like nods to the like anonymous face mask, like at the computer screen, that's the face that it would talk to you in or whatever, or like his like stick shift. That's what it would be.
His stick shift.
Man.
And the like license plate would be like NOV5. And there'd be all these in jokes for people that like know and just like, so it's good for the kids and the parents. And you got those jokes for the parents.
Wait, so are we making him better or worse now? I actually don't know anymore.
Oh, that's true. Snake eats its own tail. We're back to it's better.
All right. Last question from Lady Villain. You have been randomly selected to take part in the closed beta of a full dive Pokemon VR. Oh, Lord. Aside from catching them all and battling your way out to be the champion, what do you spend the majority of your time doing in the world?
Okay.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't say this in the email, but you added battling your way out, and I do like the idea that you need to battle your way out of this simulation or you're trapped.
Oh, battling your way to be the champion. You're battling your way out of the simulation.
You're trapped here forever unless you beat the Elite Four and catch them all. Every 2 years, they keep adding another like 100 Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. This just makes me think of Detective Pikachu in that like first 20 minutes where he's just kind of in the world and there's just Pokemon there at like the market and stuff. And that was just the best part of that movie. I would just hang out on like a cool city where Pokemon are normal.
Would Pokemon be in the zoo?
No, they're not in the game. Like you're in the game basically.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'd spend a majority of my time cutting all that damn long grass that's everywhere that the Pokemon keep fucking hiding in. Somebody needs to really do some lawn work in that game.
Like the forest, you're gonna go rake the forest.
No, I'm gonna burn the forest. I'm gonna go rake the yards.
Oh, we got enough of that, man. We got that on
Yeah.
lock over here. John, what are you gonna do in your Pokemon world?
Catch them all.
Can't. You
Oh,
got to
man.
aside from catching them all. That was the one thing you can't pick.
Gotta do it again. I'm gonna do it twice.
All right. Well, he did say aside. He did say you could choose do it twice. That's right.
I don't know, man. See, like, figure out, like, I'd probably like fly around everywhere, like just check out the world.
Is there like TV and stuff? Like, I don't know. I'd
Yeah.
probably be playing video
that's what
games.
Pokemon Channel is.
Yeah.
There's definitely TV. You find TVs everywhere.
I'd probably go to the arcade and like play video games and stuff. I'd do the same shit I do here.
But with your Pokemon buddy.
Sure.
Yeah. Flying's a good one. Find a cool cave full of Pokemon.
No, I wouldn't.
Fossilize Pokemon and bring it back to life. Yeah, that'd be cool. All right. That's it for questions. If you want to send in a question next week, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box. What's your game of the week?
Hades.
Aggelos.
I don't know, man. Pass.
You say pass?
Can I do that?
I guess. I don't think we've ever done that though.
Okay, no, that's true. People aren't going to know what the game of the week is if I don't give them a game of the week. Watchdogs is fine. I guess Watchdogs can have it.
Oof. All right.
Welcome, Watchdogs. All right. You haven't listened to our Hades episode of TDP Plus, and listening to Paul talk about it got you amped up for more.
Yeah.
Go check out our Patreon because we got a whole hour of content for you there. And also, if you missed it, this month we're doing Mega Man 11, so stay tuned for the end of that later this week. People are saying they can't believe it's not Apex. That Battle Pass is disappointing, man. That's really disheartening. I gotta say about that.
Too bad.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Happy getting a new console if you're getting a new console. And yeah, see you then.
Bye.
Later.